Hello everyone, my name is Crypto Andy. I have a reaction to Maduro's video. I'm Hispanic, I'm Colombian, I've met a lot of Venezuelan people. I can really tell you what they think, and you need to hear my opinion on this.
Right now, Maduro and his wife, Celia Flores, are in New York City following what U.S. officials describe as a large-scale operation in Venezuela.
What's on his
Both could be
head?
arraigned as soon as tomorrow. They're currently being held at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. President Donald Trump says the United States will run Venezuela, at least temporarily. Here,
what you got to understand is people who are in Venezuelan and they're in America, they're in other countries, they left because the economy sucks. There's no opportunity for growth. There's no social mobility. There's violence. There's political, suppression. People there, if they spoke out against the government, if they're very vocal, if they started like a committee or something like that, they would get kidnapped in the night. Like, no joke. It was brutal for the Venezuelan people for decades. Since Chavez, since all the way in the 90s. Like, this situation in Venezuela has been hard. And so many of them have been displaced. A lot of them went to Colombia. Like 3 million people. They've been displaced because there's nowhere in their own country that's good.
in Florida, home to America's largest Venezuelan population, there is optimism and celebration in Miami. CBS News' Christian Benavidez is there this morning.
Former Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro and his wife Celia Flores stepped onto American soil chained and shackled, surrounded by a small army of federal law enforcement. Maduro will be held at New York's infamous Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. Newly unsealed criminal charges against Maduro and his wife allege Maduro abused.
Look at his wife. She's so ugly. Arrest that man immediately.
His position of trust and engaged in corruption for a
How could a president have such an ugly wife? Like, that should be illegal.
Century.
Maduro remained in power and waged a ceaseless campaign of violence, terror, and subversion against the United States of America, threatening not only our people, but the stability of the entire region.
The Justice Department also links Maduro's alleged conspiracy to the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua, which allegedly engaged in extortions, kidnappings, murders, and other crimes. Capturing Maduro was an audacious snatch-and-grab operation in Venezuela in the early hours of Saturday morning. A swarm of U.S. military helicopters, special forces units known as the Night Stalkers, descended on Caracas. Explosions lit up the sky, and within 2.5 hours of U.S. forces touching down, Maduro and his wife were in custody.
He looks like he's playing VR. Like it's a VR game. Or it's like he's in a helicopter and they don't want him to see what's going on.
This was a law enforcement exercise. It was the Department of War in support of the Department of Justice pulling out an indicted person who ultimately will face justice.
President Trump and his team watched the mission unfold from his Mar-a-Lago home. The president said the U.S. will take over Venezuela without explaining how that's going to work, how long it could last, and whether U.S. troops would be needed to do it. He also said the U.S. will take over the country's oil reserves. Christian Benavidez, CBS News, Miami.
What you guys gotta realize is it's not gonna be difficult for like Chevron and other companies. There was a list I saw of companies to invest in now that they're gonna be running the Venezuelan oil industry. It won't be difficult for them to do better. Like a US run oil business is better run, more profitable, than more jobs, more everything than what Venezuela was doing. There were sanctions on Venezuela. If those sanctions are no longer there, it's going to be an economic boom for that industry and for that country. So there's a lot of hope. There's a lot of people saying finally things will be different. I know it's very controversial, but I'm telling you, Venezuelan people, they did not like the government. And while this is not what they would have done, they're glad it happened. I promise you this. They're glad it happened. If you like my channel, subscribe.